I'm Maria, and today I'm going to show you 3 ways to fix the net error CLEARTEXT NOT PERMITTED error. If you're using Android, you may run into the net error CLEARTEXT NOT PERMITTED error while trying to access a website or web app. This error will block you from accessing the site, and it's unique to this operating system. In this video, we'll discuss what the causes are for this error. Then we'll show you 3 ways to troubleshoot the error. But before we get started, I want to let you know that there will be links to more resources in the video's description. And remember, subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications for future helpful content. Now, what causes this error? By default, Android prevents apps from accidentally sending unencrypted data or clear text. This has been the default configuration for apps since Android 9.0. This configuration applies to apps that use Android Webview. That's why the net error CLEARTEXT NOT PERMITTED error only appears within apps and not in browsers within the Android OS. Since the main cause behind the error is unencrypted information, there are different ways to troubleshoot it. If you're the app developer, you can modify configuration files that enable support for ClearText. Alternatively, if you're the website owner, you can configure all pages within the site to load over HTTPS. That way, users won't have to deal with unencrypted channels, and Android apps that point toward your website won't return the net error ClearText NOT PERMITTED error. Every Android application includes an AndroidManifest.xml file. The file contains information about the app that is required by the operating system, the Google Play Store, and some developer tools. The AndroidManifest.xml file also includes information about key permissions and whether the app can load clear text over WebView or not. Keep in mind that Google advises against permitting clear text due to security issues, so this troubleshooting method should be a temporary workaround until the website you're loading switches to encrypted traffic. To locate and edit AndroidManifest.xml, which is similar to editing an HTML file, you'll need access to the apps.apk file or project source. There are several ways you can access an app's project source files. The recommended approach is to use Android Studio, which is the official integrated development environment for Android developers. Once you open a project in Android Studio, you'll be able to see all of its related files across standardized directories. The AndroidManifest.xml file will be located inside the manifests directory. Open the file and search for the application sub-element, which should look like this. The variables inside the application sub-element might change, so you'll need to look for the opening and closing application tags to identify them. Once you locate the tags, paste in the following line of code. If there's already a uses ClearText traffic variable set to false, change it to true. When you're done, save the changes to AndroidManifest.xml and close the file. Then save the changes to the project. From Android 7.0 and onward, Google enables applications to use a network security configuration file to set permissions for specific domains and apps. In a nutshell, you can use network security config.xml to bypass ClearText restrictions for one or more domains. This approach is safer than enabling ClearText support across the entire app, as shown in the previous method. However, the most secure approach would be to only link to secure pages using WebView. Ideally, you'll only use one of these 2 approaches, as enabling ClearText support across an entire app means you don't have to allow list specific domains. If you want to opt for the more secure approach, follow this method. With that in mind, let's go ahead and create a network security config.xml file for your app. To do this, open the app project using Android Studio and navigate to the res directory. This directory includes all the non-code files for an app project, including XML files, bitmap images, and more. Create a file called network security config.xml file within the res directory. Then open the file and add the following code. This code specifies that only one domain can use ClearText. You can add further domain include subdomain elements to allow list additional URLs. However, for security reasons, we recommend you limit this configuration only to the domains that strictly need it. Save the changes to networksecurityconfig.xml and return to the manifest directory. For the network security configuration to work, you'll need to edit AndroidManifest.xml again. Open the file and look for the application sub-element. Then, add the following line of code within its tags. Close AndroidManifest.xml after saving the changes to the file, and that's it. Your app should now enable ClearText for the domain you specified. The most secure solution to the net ERR CLEARTEXT NOT PERMITTED error is to configure the website that returns the error message to use HTTPS. This way, all data transmitted to and from the website is encrypted. In the modern web, there's no reason not to use HTTPS for your website. You can get a secure sockets layer certificate for free and set it up on your site in a matter of minutes. In fact, some web hosts, such as Kinsta, can take care of the whole process for you. When you sign up for a Kinsta hosting plan, we automatically configure an SSL certificate for your website. Moreover, you can force your website to load over HTTPS from your My Kinsta dashboard. To do this, access My Kinsta, select a website, and go to the Tools tab. Look for the option that says Force HTTPS and click to enable. If you're not using Kinsta, you can either modify your WordPress htaccess file to redirect HTTP traffic through HTTPS, or use a plugin that will do the work for you. If you opt for the latter, we recommend using the really simple SSL plugin. After you configure your website to use HTTPS, you shouldn't run into the net ERR CLEARTEXT NOT PERMITTED error anymore while using Android Webview to navigate it. Kinsta's WordPress hosting can speed up your website by up to 200%, and you'll get 24/7 support from our expert WordPress engineers. We offer 2 months free with any annual plan, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and unlimited free basic migrations from any host. Head over to kinsta.com/plans to get started. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tutorials, explainers, and helpful content like this.